Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Dr. Ghost and today I will be going over my top 5 favorite cruisers in World of Warships Legends. Now some of you guys might be wondering, or noticing rather, we'll start with the noticing part, how the past few days I have been doing my top 5 favorite ships in World of Warships Legends. I started out with the destroyers. Okay, I went over my top 5 favorite destroyers. Then I moved on to the battleships, okay? And now I'm going on to the cruisers. I saved the class of cruisers last because cruisers are my favorite class in World of Warships Legends. So I saved them for the last spot here. My final video covering the classes. I'm not going to cover carriers because there's not enough carriers for me to formulate a top 5 favorite list yet, okay? Basically, all you guys need to know about carriers is the Saipan is my favorite character, followed by probably the Enterprise. So that's about it. Those are about the only 2 carriers that I play consistently. So other than that, and without further ado, let's get started with this, shall we? So number 5 on my list, my 5th most favorite cruiser in World of Warships Legends has to be none other than the Tier 4 premium American light cruiser, the Marblehead, an Omaha class light cruiser. And no, I'm not joking. I have been saying this forever. Omahas in this game, the Omaha class light cruisers are extremely underrated. People do not realize the power with these things. Now, yes, they are floating citadels. People love to shoot at Omahas. I love to shoot at Omahas as well because I know if they sail in a straight line, they don't do a whole lot of maneuvering, I'm going to have no problems absolutely obliterating them. However, a good Omaha player that knows how to turn, that knows how to dodge and weave, can absolutely abuse the hell out of these things. Mainly because of the maneuverability. The maneuverability is fantastic. Okay, the speed is good, overall agility is good as well, the rudder shift is good. These little fucking cruisers can turn like a mofo, and on top of that, they have very good firepower. 10 6-inch guns, okay? And at Tier 4, that's quite a bit of firepower for a cruiser, and they can continuously cycle these guns over and over and over again every 5 to 7 seconds, depending on your build. It's fantastic. I love them. Basically, I just run laps around people. Even in Tier 5 games, I'm not afraid, really, of any people out there, okay, in battleships, because I am constantly keeping them at arm's length. I'm keeping them at 15 kilometers or more, and I'm just running circles, setting them on fire over and over again, and they just keep trying to hit me, but they miss, and when they do hit me, usually it's on the very back or the very front, and it's too funny. I rarely get dev struck in these cruisers because I'm constantly maneuvering, and it applies to all the Omahas. All the Omahas can do that well. The kiting, agile, long range, HE slinging playstyle that I absolutely love. I love it. I just love keeping people at arm's length, burning them down. And Omaha class light cruisers do that fantastically. I've got 1.2 million, almost 1.3 million Elite XP in my Marblehead. I also 1.8 million Elite XP in my Omaha. You know what I mean? Like now the Rattlehead I'm not a big fan of, but Marblehead, Omaha, I love these things. I love them. They're my favorite Tier 4 cruisers. There's also the Russian one that I do have, the Murmansk. The Murmansk is also really good. It has actually really good maneuverability, even better so, I believe, than the Omaha. Yeah, 590 meter turning circle with a 3.8 second rudder. They're naturally maneuverable. You don't even have to build into the agility. These things turn very well. They dodge pretty easily as long as you stay at longer ranges. Now, at close ranges, you're just going to get obliterated because you don't have time to dodge. But if you keep people, again, at longer range, if you keep them at arm's length, you're going to be just fine. And yeah, I love them, man. Omahas, some of my most favorite ships in the game. But if I had to pick an Omaha out of all of them, it has to be the Tier 4 Marblehead. And also, there's some really cool history with the Marblehead. I do recommend you guys look up. Search up on YouTube the history guy. He did a video on the extraordinary voyage of the USS Marblehead. This thing has some amazing history as well. So overall, that's my number 5 pick on this top 5 list for cruisers in World of Warships Legends. Now moving on to number 4. My number 4 pick has to be none other than, again, the Tier 5 American Tech Tree Cruiser, the Pensacola. No, a lot of people, again, they give the Pensacola a bad rap. I understand why some people don't like it. It's a floating citadel. But then again, so is the Omaha, and so is a lot of cruisers at tier 4, 5, and 6, and even 7 and 3, and all the tiers. There are crunchy-ass cruisers out there. There's really no difference. Honestly, most of the cruisers out there are big freaking crunchy bars. They're going to get smashed to pieces if they get hit by shells. It's just the way it is. But again, if you use your brain and you maneuver, you position well, you're going to have no problems doing well with a lot of these ships that are on my list here, okay? So the Pensacola. Why do I love the Pensacola so much? Well, it's because it's the first American cruiser in this game to get the, in my opinion, it's not even my opinion, it's really a fact. They get the best 203mm 8-inch guns in the entire game. The beautiful 8-inch AP and HE, but the AP is where the sauce is at, especially once you get to the tier 5 Pensacola, and if you get the New Orleans, and then when you get the king of all cruisers, the Baltimore. The reasons why these American heavy cruisers are so good is because of their guns. The guns. They're fan-fucking-tastic. And it's not even like my bias or nothing. It's just a fact. These guns are the best performing 203mm guns in the game. Hands down. Now, there's speculation and there's an argument for like the 180mm guns that are on the Russians. There's an argument for some other calibers. But if I had to say the best 8-inch gun in the game, it's the fucking 203mm 8-inch gun that are on the American cruisers. They're amazing. And just, again, showing you guys my build. Or not my build, the specs. The 203mm guns. 4,600 maximum AP shell damage. That's with the Citadel. These guns hit like freight trains. They have very good pen, and they're very sticky. The shells tend to stick. They don't overpen that much. You can still get overpens if you're unlucky. Like if you shoot at a fucking, I don't know, a Frenchie that has no armor, like an Emile Burton or any of the French cruisers that have no armor. But even then, a lot of times you're going to be at medium to long range. You're going to have shells going down into their deck. And I have dev-struck plenty of cruisers, even French cruisers, that think they can just sail broadside and think, oh, no armor's best armor, but yet I still slap them for 1 billion citadels because these guns are amazing. And yeah, that's really about it. Now, there are some downsides, though, with the Pensacola that I do want to talk about. And the only downside, really, is, well, obviously the armor. That's a no-brainer. The armor's bad. You don't want to be taking hits, okay? That's one of the downsides. But the other downside is the turret traverse is obnoxiously horrible. And that's kind of why I turned away from the Pensacola a lot the past year, 2 years, because there's just a lot of, in my opinion, there's a lot more better cruisers. But I still love this thing. It's still a favorite. Again, this list is just my opinion, so it's a little bit subjective, if you will. But overall, I think, in my opinion, Pensacola still is amazing. If you can position yourself well, you can absolutely wreck people with these 203s. If you know how to use them, if you know where to aim and smack the fuck out of cruisers, there's honestly no cruisers right now that do it better. And yeah, that's the Pensacola, my number 4 pick on the top 5 list of my most favorite cruisers in World of Warships Legends. I love this thing. And I love all American heavy cruisers, really, with 8-inch guns. They're fantastic. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on to my number 3 pick. And there's actually going to be kind of 2 of them in here. They're tied. I couldn't... You see, the problem is with a top 5 list is there's so many great cruisers out there, and there's so many great ships overall that it's hard sometimes to put just 5 of them. I love so many cruisers. There's so many cruisers out there that I love. It's not just Americans. Like, there's some tier 5 cruisers that I really enjoy, like the Exeter. I was going to say Exeter to piss you guys off, but I'll say it properly. The Exeter. I love the Exeter. I love ships like the Devonshire. I like the Aoba. There's a lot of ships out there that I really love, but again, it's hard for me sometimes to put them into a top 5 and pick one, you know what I mean? Or just pick 5 out of like 100, 200 cruisers in the game. It's hard to pick. So that's why this number 3 spot, I tied them, basically. So the Boise. If I had to pick out of both of them, it's the Boise is my favorite. But I'll also talk about the other one. These are about the only 2 cruisers that I play right now. The Boise is the first cruiser in the number 3 spot. I love the Boise. And again, can you guys guess why I love it? The guns. I think you guys have seen a trend by now. The guns are amazing. The DPM is disgustingly insane, and these cruisers have insane potential. They shoot 15. That's right, not 12, not 10, 15 6-inch 152mm guns, and they shoot them every, I think, 8 seconds, 7 seconds. That is ridiculous amount of firepower. And not to mention, the fire chance on my build is ludicrous, 15%. And that's every shell. That's pretty fucking saucy right there. Really good range, decent reload, decent turret traverse, because they're smaller guns, so they turn a bit better. The AA, again, is really good on this thing. The maneuverability, though, is where it kind of sucks. Maybe not the maneuverability, but the speed. This thing turns fine and whatnot, but it's just the speed that makes the Boise feel pretty sluggish. That's kind of one of my main things I don't like about it. But overall, in terms of firepower and stuff, it just makes up for it. Like, I can just sit around behind islands, or I can slowly maneuver in the back of the map and just rain hellfire down on the enemy, and it's so much fun. I love it. And another main reason why I think the Boise is right now my favorite Tier 6 cruiser in the game is because of the insane heal that it has. It has basically a improved / super heal for cruisers. I think it's one of the only cruisers in the game at Tier 6 to have a heal. I mean, I think there is the Surrey. The Surrey might have a heal, right? Let me see. Yeah, the Surrey has a heal. So does the Fiji, I believe. Yeah, so the British obviously get heals. But all the other ones, they don't have heals. It's just the British and this one American cruiser. So it's a pretty rare thing to have, and that's one of the main reasons why I love it. It's got a good heal. It's got great guns. It can stand the fight because it has those heals. It's got decent little sonar. It's got good AA. Overall, really solid, looked over cruiser. Not a lot of people know about the Boise. I encourage anybody who can get it to get it. Okay, now don't spend your whole mortgage on it, but you know, it's a really solid cruiser. I love it. It's probably right now my favorite Tier 6 cruiser. There's also the Indianapolis, but that is actually kind of slipped away from my favorite cruisers. It's probably number 3. But my number 2, my second most favorite Tier 6 cruiser, again, I said there was going to be 2 of them, is the Belfast. Lately, I've been playing a lot of Belfast, and this cruiser is one of my favorites. Again, at Tier 6, it's honestly tied with the Boise for me. I absolutely love the Belfast. This thing's amazing. It's got great guns, great firepower. It's got radar. It's got smoke screens. It's got everything you need. Great firepower. Decent AA. The maneuverability's great. The concealment's decent. Pretty average. Nothing special. But overall, solid cruiser. I love this thing. It's not really solid. It's got bad armor. But I mean solid in terms of like potential. This thing has insane potential if you know how to use it. It's disgusting. Disgusting. I love it. So yeah, Boise / Belfast, my number 3 pick on my top 5 list of favorite cruisers. Moving on to the top 2 now. My number 2 pick on my top 5 list here has to be none other than the Tier 7 premium Japanese cruiser, premium cruiser, the Suzua. This thing is disgusting. Man, if I had to pick a cruiser to earn credits at, well, there's actually quite a few cruisers I play at Tier 7 to earn credits, but this is one of them I love playing to this day. I'm going to probably continue to play it over the next few years if I continue to play this game that long. The Suzua is absolutely disgusting, and that is why I put it at my number 2 spot on this list. Suzua is nasty, and the reason why is, again, the guns. This thing has disgusting potential. I've had insane games with this cruiser. It's got 15 155mm 6-inch guns. They are ridiculous, and they have good fire chance. They have good pen, especially with my Haguro build. This Haguro build with the Hellfire perk here adds 6% penetration and 7% shell, HE shell damage to my HE shells. It's ridiculous. And when you combine that with the torpedoes that this thing gets, it has 11-kilometer torpedoes that go out to that do 17,000 maximum damage. It's disgusting. It has great potential. The AA's all right, not very good though. Pretty mediocre. And the maneuverability is just fine as well. And overall, Suzua, a solid cruiser. It just puts out so much damage. It puts out so much fire and just raw DPM. It's honestly just retarded on so many different levels. I love it. It's just, mwah, you know what I mean? It's fantastic. I love this cruiser. And yeah, that's my number 2 pick. There's really nothing else to say. It's a Tier 7 premium. It makes a lot of money. That's another bonus in of itself. Same with the Boise and the Belfast. They're also Tier 6 premiums. They make a lot of money as well, but Tier 7 premiums make the most. They get the most benefits from credit earnings in this game. So it really encourages you to play ships like this. Yeah, again, cruisers in this game, they are excellent money makers because of the amount of shells they can put out, the lot of impact they can have on a battle. Oh, I love it. And Suzua, I love this cruiser. Number 2 pick on my top 5 list. And the moment you've all been waiting for. My number 1 pick. My most favorite cruiser. And there's actually 2 of them. I had to put 2 of them in here because, again, there's so many cruisers that I love in this game. And I could not help myself but kind of put 2 of the same sort of cruiser in the number 1 spot. Now, my number 1 favorite cruiser in World of Warships Legends is none other than the Tier 7 American Tech Tree Heavy Cruiser, the Baltimore. It is ridiculous. It has insane potential. I love it. Okay? Now, I have not been playing it a lot recently because I've been playing a lot of credit makers. I've been needing a lot of credits lately with all the new tech trees coming out, so I've been playing a lot more premiums. But if I ever have to go into a competitive scenario, if I ever have to play ranked, and it's like larger maps and stuff, which hasn't been lately, but in terms of just raw guns, the Baltimore, undisputed king of guns at this tier. The 8-inch, super heavy, 203mm guns are ridiculous. And not to mention, this thing has radar, a 9-kilometer radar with I think a 30-second duration. It's got really good consumables, so it's very competitive. This thing in a battle is dangerous as fuck. Anytime you guys see a Baltimore out there, and you're a battleship, you need to get this thing the fuck out of there, because otherwise the Baltimore is just going to rain hellfire down on people. It's going to smack the fuck out of cruisers. It's going to counter DDs as well. Baltimore's dangerous as hell to have in a video, in a game, in a match. And the main reason is because of the radar, the sonar, the ultimate consumable cruiser here. This thing has nasty potential. And then, of course, the guns. It just has everything it needs to do well in a battle. The Baltimore is fantastic in almost every regard. The survivability is good. It's got good health. It's got overall good stuff going for it. Now, obviously, the torpedo protection is not good, but that's to be expected. It's a cruiser. It's not supposed to take torps, okay? The artillery, what else is there to say? They're 203mm 8-inch guns, and they're American. They're disgusting. Look at that AP shell damage, by the way. 5,800 on my build. Maximum. That's with a Citadel hit. That's ridiculous. Okay? And that's with Miss Santa on. Okay? This isn't even my normal build. This is the build I usually have on, okay? Norman Scott, 5,300. So it drops down with this build. But, again, this is more my HE slinging build. Like, actually, this is usually my Baltimore build. I usually put on punch through because armor piercing. And that goes right up to 5,800 maximum damage. The AP shells. So, yeah, the guns are ridiculous. The AA is good because America. The maneuverability, pretty decent. 32.5 knots, average cruiser speed. This is literally what it was designed to go in real life. It was designed to keep up with carriers and most destroyers and battleships, blah, 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 so on and so forth. Now, it's not super agile in terms of turning. I will not lie there. It's not extremely agile, but still, if you position yourself well, if you know what you're doing, the maneuverability is not really a problem. You're going to be probably sitting behind islands a majority of the time. You're going to be sneaking around, popping shots off, going unspotted, right? You're not going to be fucking dodging and weaving in a Baltimore, okay? You're playing it wrong if you're dodging and weaving in a Baltimore, usually. But it still can dodge and weave if it needs to, if you're a good enough player and you know how to use the rudder properly and slow down to brake and, you know, turn easier, whatnot. And obviously the concealment's decent as well, and the armor's good. The armor's good on the Baltimore. Overall, solid armor. Really solid armor. 27mm everywhere, so that allows you to ricochet armor-piercing shells up to 15-inch guns. So Bismarcks cannot overmatch this ship with AP through the bow. However, if it loads HE, that's a different ballgame, but 15-inch guns or smaller AP shells will not be able to penetrate through the Baltimore's bow or stern or anywhere in that matter unless it's going flat broadside. And speaking of the broadside, the Citadel is exposed. So that's, again, it's a theme for almost all cruisers in this game. Cruisers get Citadeled usually when they fuck up. Unless you're like a bullshit Russian ship like an Ochakov or something, then obviously no armor, best armor for the win forever, usually. But yeah, Baltimore, I love this cruiser. It's my favorite cruiser in the game. I have to put it number 1. If I have to play a cruiser for the rest of my life, it would probably be Baltimore. It's amazing. And it's a toss-up. Again, I said there was going to be 2 picks at this, you know, at this number 1 spot. It's also the Witchita. The Witchita is also one of my favorite cruisers in the game. It's honestly tied with the Baltimore. I play a lot more Witchita lately because I have 2 of them, by the way. Witchita CE is an HE. It has better HE. The Witchita has better AP. So that's kind of the two differences here. But I love both of them. I really, honestly, I love all these American 203s. I've been playing a lot of Rochester as well lately. Rochester, same thing. It's actually more modern than the Baltimore. It's a class after the Baltimore class. It is the Oregon City class heavy cruisers. Extremely good cruisers overall. So yeah, Wichita is kind of tied with the Baltimore for me, but I think the Baltimore is just one step ahead of Wichita in terms of guns. It's ridiculous. It's not even close. So yeah, basically Wichita is like a Baltimore. Wichita is basically a Baltimore, but it's not a Baltimore. So it's kind of weird. It has worse AP shells than the Baltimore. It does not have like the super heavy AP that the Baltimore gets. It doesn't have the same pen angles, I don't believe. So they're slightly shittier guns than the Baltimore, but they have better reload and stuff like that. Like I think my Wichita has like a 7.7 second reload on an 8-inch gun. Is just hilarious. Like that's next level funny shit right there. So yeah, but no, Baltimore is probably my favorite out of all of them. But I also love playing Wichita, and again, it's just so hard to pick, especially for cruisers. It's so hard to pick because there's just so many cruisers that I love, man. Like, I love a lot of these cruisers. I love Cleveland as well. Cleveland is one of my favorite cruisers in the game, too. This is one of my favorites, and it puts out so much HE damage. It's ridiculous. 12 6-inch guns. Super fun. I love it. There's also some non-American ones that I love. Like, let me go look at some of the other nations. I'm basically now going over my honorable mentions real quick for you guys. I love cruisers like the Azuma. I really like the Azuma. Azuma's great. It's more of like a battle cruiser. It's kind of like an Alaska, but the Japanese Alaska. Actually, the Alaska was made to fight the Azumas, if I'm not mistaken. I do like the Mogami as well. Mogami's really fun as well. This thing puts out a lot of HE damage, and again, I just love putting out lots of damage on people. I love burning people alive. I love cooking, you know what I mean? There's just some amazing cruisers. Plymouth, also. Plymouth is amazing. Such an amazing cruiser in this game. Ridiculous DPM potential, especially if you get broadsides with that short fuse British AP. Ridiculous. Obviously, the mains, very toxic. This thing puts out ridiculous amounts of quarter pen redonkulous DPM. It's ridiculous. The amount of damage this thing can put out. There's just so many awesome cruisers. Kutuzov, for example. Solid slinger of HE. Ochakov, obviously. Really ridiculous HE spam potential. There's just so many. Pyotr Bagration. Absolutely fantastic guns. The 180mm Russian guns that just slap things like no other. They're pretty damn spicy. And yeah. And there's obviously some Tier 8 and Legendary ones that I like too, but I don't play Tier 8 and Legendary that much. I really don't care too much, but again, I do like the Alaska. I do like the Des Moines, obviously. I really like all these Legendary cruisers, but I don't play them that much. I don't even have mods on them. I mainly play Tier 7, Tier 6, and Tier 5 and 4. I don't usually hop in Tier 8 and Legendary that often, so that's why they're usually never on my top 5 lists. But, yeah. Maybe one day, though, I'll make a top 5 list of my favorite Legendary ships. Maybe that'll be my next video, guys. What do you think? Maybe my next video will be at my top 5 favorite Legendary ships. I don't know. Let me know if that's something you guys want to see. Maybe recommend some more top 5 stuff in the comments below. Top 5 whatevers. Top 5, I don't know, gunboats. Top 5, I don't know. You make up some stuff, put them in the comments, you know what I mean? But yeah. That's my list. Number 5, Marblehead. Number 4, Pensacola. Number 3, Boise/Belfast. Number 2, Suzua. And, of course, number 1 has to be the mighty Baltimore. It's just great. I absolutely love it. So, and I hope you all do love it too, man. I hope you all had a fantastic Easter. Also, I heard that pretty prominent religious figure, the Pope, has died today. So, my condolences go out to all Catholics out there. It's pretty sad. Yeah, man, that's going to go ahead and do it, though, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys did enjoy today's video, hit the like button, and be sure to go down there and also hit the subscribe button if you guys haven't done so already. And I will catch you guys on the next video. See ya, everybody.